بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. Now we're moving on to the types of حقيقة. So we said here أنواع الحقيقة. Okay, الحقيقة على ثلاثة أنواع. There are three types of حقيقة. حقيقة متعذرة. تعذر, عذر means to make an excuse. And تعذر, to be excused, unfeasible, impractical. Meaning, impracticable. What does this mean? That you are excused in not carrying out, because it's not something that you can do easily. So once a haqiqah, it can be taken literally, but it is very difficult to take the literal meaning. For example, كَمَنْ حَلَفَ لَا يَأْكُلُ مِنْ هَذِهِ الشَّجَرَةِ أو من هذا القدر. وهذه القدر is both مذكر and مؤنث. If somebody said, Wallahi, I will not eat from this tree. Wallahi, I will not eat from this pot. Now, because we've got the majazi meaning of mind so engraved, if you step back, what does min hadi shajara mean? This is the shajara, the branches. The shajara, these are the fruits. This is not shajara, this is the fruits. This is the fruits. This is the thamara. This is the thamara. The green is the tree. So literally, it means I will not eat the branch, the twigs, and not even the leaves will count or not. Again, you're following? So even though you can't take the literal meaning, I will not eat from this tree, meaning I will not eat the trunk or the twigs. That meaning is muta'adhir, no longer, it's difficult to apply that meaning. So therefore, the difficult to apply that meaning. Similarly, I will not eat from this pot. So you have a pot, and you have food inside of it. So when we say this, pot literally means this blue thing. That is the pot. That would mean basically, I take from the pot, cut it open, break the glass, get the metal and eat from that. It's possible, you can do that. But it's muta'adhira. People don't take that meaning anymore. That's not a meaning that is used. It's possible, but it's not taken. It's muta'adhira, it's very impractical meaning to take. Understood? Number two is haqiqatun mahjura. So muta'adhira, number one, means it's possible to do amal upon it, but it's very difficult. Number two means mahjura. What does hijra mean? To leave your homeland. The haqiqah can be taken, but people no longer use this word in this meaning. People no longer use this word in this meaning. Kaman halafa, for example, if a person takes an oath, La yada'u qadamahu fi dari fulan. I will not place my foot in your house. Now, literally, what does it mean? I will not enter your house. So let's say, for example, he puts shoes on, or he sits in a wheelchair and goes in the house, and his foot does not touch the ground, because he has not placed his foot in his house. Say yes, the haqiqah is not muta'adhir. It's possible. You can easily put shoes on, put socks on. You can go in a wheelchair in the house. So even though these are haqiqah, which are possible, it's not muta'adhira. You can do amal upon this. It can be taken. But people no longer use these words in these meanings. It's called haqiqatun mahjura. And then you have haqiqatun musta'mala, a haqiqah which I actually use. For example, I will not drink water. So I will not drink water means I will not drink water is like everything is haqiqah musta'mala. Yes? Do you understand the three types of haqiqah? One is haqiqah muta'adhira. It's very difficult to do amal upon this, to take it literally. Mahjura, it can be taken literally, but now the urf of the people is to not take this literal meaning, to take another meaning. And number three is the use majaz. So haqiqah, muta'adhira, haqiqah al-mahjura, and haqiqah al-musta'mala. Understood? Everybody with me so far? Okay. Now, in haqiqah musta'mala, we have a few possibilities. Okay? So muta'adhira means you can't do amal upon it. It's very difficult. It's possible, but very difficult. Mahjura means we know for sure it's no longer used as such. When you have haqiqah musta'mala, one possibility is لَيْسَ لَهَا مَجَازٌ مُتَعَارِفٌ. That haqiqah, that word is used in its literal meaning, And there is no muta'arif. Muta'araf, you can say muta'araf meaning known. ليس له مجاز متعارف. There is no known majaz for that word. For example, like for example, I am going to the masjid. That's a haqiqah in our language, in English, is used in the meaning of I am going to the masjid. As far as I know, when you say I am going to the masjid, it has no alternative meanings. There's no majaz muta'araf that people have become ma'aloom in the order that this means this. It's haqiqah and it's meant as haqiqah. There is no alternative meanings that are known. Is that clear? Are you following? Number 2. لها مجاز أكثر استعمالا من الحقيقة. It is used linguistically. It is used literally. However, the haqiqah is used less and the majaz is used more often. You have a word. It is used both literally and metaphorically. But what is more common? The majaz meaning. لها مجاز أكثر استعمالا من الحقيقة. The majaz is used more often than the haqiqah. And the third is لها مجاز متعارف يساوي الحقيقة استعمالا. Both use equal. Okay? Right. You got the possibilities? متعذرة, حقيقة مهجورة, and حقيقة مستعملة. The حقيقة مستعملة, either no majaz is known, or opposite side, the majaz is more common, or they both use equal. What's the ruling going to be regarding these? Very easy. What will happen? يراد به المعنى المجازي. If it's حقيقة متعذرة, and these are all when there is no additional content to define or specify the meaning. There's no external factors. We will say, well, look, if it's حقيقة متعذرة or حقيقة مهجورة, logically, rationally, the preferred meaning to take will be what? According to all Imam Abu Hanifa and Sahiban. Both of them say the majazi meaning is better in this scenario. If it's حقيقة مستعملة, if it's there's a majaz muta'araf, there's no majaz muta'araf. Or there's a majaz, but it's haqiqa and majaz are both used equally. What will happen then? We will use the haqiqi meaning. And if we have a haqiqa and a majaz and both are used equally, then Imam Abu Hanifa, Imam and Sahiban, they have a difference of opinion. Imam Abu Hanifa said you take the haqiqi meaning, and Sahiban said you take a umumul majaz. What is umumul majaz? We discuss it tomorrow, inshallah. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. So let's continue here. We say here, ففي القسمين الأولين يصار إلى المجاز بالاتفاق. In the first two scenarios. Which first two scenarios? If it's حقيقة متعذرة or حقيقة مهجورة. In these two scenarios, we will move on to what? The majaz will be taken. Because why? The حقيقة is no longer used, or the حقيقة is very difficult to take. فيراد. So what will happen? So he given two examples. So example number 1. Example number 1 is what? فَيُرَادُ مِنَ الشَّجَرَةِ ثَمَرُهَا أَوْ ثَمَنُهَا. So when you said in the first scenario, what's the first scenario? وَهِ حَلَفَ لَا يَأْكُلُ مِنْ هَذِي الشَّجَرَةِ أو مِنْ هَذَا الْقِدْرِ. What would he say in that scenario? We will say because it's حقيقة مهجورة, حقيقة متعذرة. So I will not eat from this tree, or I will not eat from this pot. What does it mean here really? I will not eat from the fruits of this tree, or I will not eat from the money of this tree. You following? Because it is حقيقة متعذرة. ومن القدر, when he says I will not eat from this pot. So يراد من الشجرة. The meaning of shajara will be ثمرها أو ثمنها. Or يراد من القدر, when you say qidr, I will not eat from this qidr. What does it mean? ما يحل فيها. What is inside of it? What descends into it? What it contains basically. You understand? Because haqiqa muta'addira and haqiqa mahjura, you don't take the haqiqa. So therefore, the majaz meaning will be intended. So again, they'd use examples, not simple examples, use examples which have fiqhi implications. So in these two scenarios, if you take a qasam, I will not eat from this tree, what will happen now? You will only break, your qasam will break if you eat from what? The fruits. Even if you take the fruits off. Because if you take the fruit off, it's no longer on the tree, is it? But it means that the fruit of the tree. Yes? Okay. وَمِنْ وَضْعِ الْقَدَمِ. When you say, I will not place my foot in your house, what will happen? What will be intended? مُطْلَقُ الدُّخُول. Just entering will be murad, not placing your foot, like physically placing your foot. What will be intended? Entering the house. In whatever form. Whether you fly through it on a drone, you got massive house fly through on a drone, you still not, until once you enter it, you've done. Yes? وَفِي الْقِسْمِ الْآخِرِ. In the last type, when it's حقيقة مستعملة, the حقيقة is used. What's used now? The حقيقة is used. The حقيقي meaning is there. So then there's two possibilities. إِن لَمْ يَكُنْ لَهَا مَجَازٌ مُتَعَارَفٌ. There is no known majaz. So the حقيقة is used, but when this حقيقة is used, it's not a common majazi meaning. So what will we take automatically? حقيقة, because when we say this word, to people's mind, the حقيقة comes, not the majaz meaning. So what will happen now? حقيقة أولى بلا خلاف. You would take the حقيقي meaning, and there's no ikhilaf regarding, from the Aimah of the Ahnaf regarding that. However, this shouldn't be a jim, it should be here. وَلَوْ كَانَ لَهَا مَجَازٌ مُتَعَارَفٌ. If it has what? A majaz muta'araf. Then what happens now? You have حقيقة is used, but there's also a known majaz meaning amongst the people. What would happen then? So when you say this word, people come to your mind, people think, is it حقيقة majaz? In حقيقة مستعملة, and when there's no حقيقة majaz, when it's حقيقة, people don't even think twice. Are you following? فَالْحَقِيقَةُ أَوْلَى عِنْدَ أَبِي حَنِيفَةَ. Yes? According to Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayhi, what's حقيقة? What's better? حقيقة. Because why? حقيقة is the asal, and majaz is secondary. So even if they're both equal, or there's a majaz with araf, what do you say here now? Use حقيقة. Again, all of these are when there is no external evidence to show that a majaz is intended. Okay? وَالْأَمَلُ بِأُمُومِ الْمَجَاز أَوْلَى عِنْدَ أَبِي يُوسُف وَمُحَمَّدْ رَحِمَهُمُ اللَّهِ. Sahibain, what do they say? You do amal upon the umumul majaz. Imam Abu Hanifa says you do amal upon the haqiqah, and Sahibain say you do amal upon the umumul majaz. What does umumul majaz mean? Let me explain to you. This is haqiqah and majaz. What's haqiqah and majaz mean? Haqiqah is one meaning. You depart that meaning and you go over to the majaz meaning. So it's either A or B. Are you following? And umumul majaz is this, that the majaz is more armed than the haqiqah. If we've done balagha, we can say it's kinaya. It's not exactly but like kinaya. The haqiqi meaning is there, but it's not only the haqiqi meaning. What's meaning? It's a broader meaning. So the haqiqi meaning is part of the bigger meaning. You following? So when you say that statement, you mean the haqiqah plus the majaz. Okay? And I explain this to you. This is an important way to haqiqah. They don't say you take both haqiqah and majazi meaning. They say that this word now has a broader meaning. So what they're saying is, when you have that word's meaning has now broadened to include the haqiqah, but it has extended. You following? Everybody following so far? Now let's take an example. Now this example, you have to remember, this is haqiqah and majaz muta'araf. It's based on the order of the authors. So to us, we don't even know what is meant really, because we don't even use this structure anymore. But let's just understand what they use in their time. We have a sentence. If a person says, لا أشرب من هذا النهر, لا أشرب من هذا النهر, I will not drink from this river. Now I will say, والله لا أشرب من هذا النهر. There's a fiqh example. What will happen? What is the haqiqi meaning of أشرب من هذا النهر? What does min mean? From, i.e. directly from. So basically directly is a haqiqi meaning. What does that mean? You basically go down and just drink from the river. And majazi meaning is what? What's majazi meaning? Indirectly. What do? You get a bucket, you fill it up, pour it into your water bottle, you take it home. That's majazi meaning. So Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayhi, according to him, what meaning will you take? Now, and he's saying in their times, when you say Ashab min hadha nahar, what does that mean? In our time, we say Ashab min hadha nahar. You don't think indirect meaning, we just think from the river directly, innit? I think, I would assume, in our time. You have to look at Shakespearean literature to see what's the haqiqah and majaz of the English language. But it's not only that, it's only how we speak in our time. Anyways, in their time, direct meaning, to drink directly, scoop it up and drink it, that's going to be called what? Haqiqi. So Imam Abu Hanifa, but it's also the other meaning is also muta'araf amongst the people in their time. You put it in a jug, you put it in your mashkiza, you put it in your kirba, your mizada, and you take it back. Your idawa, whatever you continue to use. Are you following? So now, what's going to happen now? What did Imam Abu Hanifa say? When was the oath break? Because Imam Abu Hanifa says what? Haqiqatu awla min al-majaz, even this scenario. So he will only break this qasam when he drinks how? Directly. And his sahibain will say what? He will drink in what? He will become he will drink. His oath will break in both cases. Why? Umumul majaz. Because they say that the haqiqi meaning of la ashrabu min hadha an-nahr, this is the haqiqi meaning. Yes? Directly. However, la ashrabu min hadha an-nahr, the scope of this meaning has expanded. What has happened? The scope of this meaning has expanded to now include indirectly as well. So now this word, when it is used, la ashrabu min hadha an-nahr, it includes the direct meaning, the haqiqi meaning and the majazi meaning. Both are included. So if he drinks in any way, whether he drinks directly using his hands and scooping it up, or whether he places the water in a wika, a container, and then drinks from there, in both cases according to Sahiban, his qasam will break. Okay, so to summarize, let's go back to the top again. Let's go back over here on this chart here. What do you say here? We have a haqiqah, a word for its coined meaning. Is it used in its coined meaning or not? If it is no longer, it's very hard to use in its original meaning, or the original meaning is no longer used, then everybody will say what? What meaning would you use? Majaz meaning. If the meaning is used, the haqiqi meaning is used, and there is no muta'araf meaning, that it's just the haqiqi meaning is used and there's no any majaz that is known, you take the haqiqi meaning. If there is a majaz and haqiqa and majaz are both equally used, you also use the haqiqi meaning. And there's a majaz muta'araf. Again, this is not mentioned in the book, these two. This is muta'araf. This is not mentioned, basically, this is not mentioned in the book. This is taken from other books of usul fiqh. This is a majaz muta'araf. A majaz muta'araf means it's used more. This is in, I think, Manar or one of those, I can't remember where. So if it's used more, then Imam Abu Hanifa says you take the haqiqi meaning, and Sahiban says if you have a haqiqi meaning and a majaz meaning means muta'araf. The majaz is more common than the haqiqi meaning. Then you will say the scope of the word has now broadened, and it will include both meanings. Do you understand? Is that clear? That's summary of this lesson, inshallah. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.